Hey guys, welcome back to another Foundry review. We're taking a look at the next episode of the Acolyte, episode 5, Night. We got myself, we got Sly, we got Johnny, and we are so ready to talk about this episode. What's up, guys? You ready?
Oh, yeah.
I'm as ready as I possibly can be for this episode.
Dude, shit gets real in this episode.
Shit does get real.
Real fast. Off of that cliffhanger from last episode, we're going like right into the action. Although we start with her just like waking up and not seeing most of the shit going down for some reason. Again, she's just constantly waking up from shit.
Scenes with the twins are just wasted space in the show, which is really sad to say. Nothing happens.
Yeah, she's just like an observer. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I was actually really excited because it went like straight into the action with a bunch of Jedi against the little Sith guy, who lot of cool choreographed like scenes going on. But this whole entire episode, it was like kind of awkward because at times you just kind of think of like, how long have they been fighting? It's like someone's got the runtime right. They were fighting for the entire episode just in a central location, and it kind of like a little overstayed its welcome just a little bit. And I was like, all right, now can we move on a little bit, but we just need to fight a little bit, do some exposition, talk a little bit, fight a little bit more, exposition, kill off a couple characters, which I thought was fucking really ballsy for them, one, to kill off a goddamn child, and two, to kill off the teenager who's also 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah.
Or 30. I say more 35-ish, actually.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really gauge the faces too much, but for Jedi and how much they look worn. But it was really interesting. We see we saw the reveal of his face, right?
We do. Yep.
Yeah. So it was the shopkeeper in the previous episodes, the little potion guy.
Yep. They tried to pull a like fake out by steering us away by making him look too much of a jokey character, and then just be like, all right, actually, he's the guy that's been behind the scenes the whole time. Whoa.
Yeah, when that happened, I was like, okay, like that's means nothing to me, which I probably shouldn't be like. The first reaction is whenever you do a big reveal, it means fucking nothing to the audience. But hey, that's just me. I really doubt that there was anyone out there who like were fucking slamming their fist on their table, just like, God damn it, I should have known. Should have never trusted that potion keeping bastard. The way he ran away from that fat Jedi in the one episode, like you should have known he had fucking Sith tendencies, dude.
Guy had a lot of promise right there, dude.
Yeah, there's definitely one of those weird things. Like it made sense, but it still feels a little weird. Overall
feels like they wanted a fucking like a twist, a turn, a swerve, and they had to deliver one, like regardless. It's like we need to deliver a swerve regardless if it makes sense or not, if it means anything or not, which is didn't really mean anything, didn't really make a lot of sense, but they did it. And that's all we can. We just gotta swallow it, move on. There's not much we could do with complaining about it. I see like actually a lot of flack for people who were criticizing the show, like on the internet. Like I don't know if you guys have ever watched like Star Wars Theory, but after I finished the show, I actually like went and grazed through to look at other people like how they thought about it. And even on like Twitter, I see like a lot of people receiving like a lot of hate because of like the criticisms on the show. I don't know specifically for the criticisms. I don't know like the whole story of what they said, but. Like there's just a lot of people that are it's a super divided show, which is really surprising because it's really fucking bad.
It is surprising to see like there are people that stand up for this show tooth and nail.
I don't know why.
It's a good point because maybe we're looking at different things, and I realize like perspective is reality, but I'm having a hard time trying to relate to people that try to justify this show did this great, it did this great. Sure, set design, props, environment, they nailed it. But the actual content of the show is lackluster at best.
Writing's terrible. It's dull. It's boring. Like I said, this is like the most action-packed episode that we've seen so far. This was
like
series.
One of the best episodes of the whole.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And
we're midpoint through, so.
Yes, it is. It was just it was really good in the beginning. They're fighting, and then it just kind of dragged on, like I said. We killed off
Back and forth. too,
Everyone.
a lot.
pretty much,
Like-
yeah.
Like Jordan, OSHA are like running away, and then they're like, "Oh, actually, hold on, let me go back because now I
Let's
feel
cycle
bad.
back.
Like,
Bring
we
back
gotta-
the moths with us and two. Yeah.
We gotta save him." There's
And then
I
there's
mean,
a
again,
there's a
overall choreography was good.
what's
but,
the bad twin? What's her name?
May.
May. Yeah, May decided to book it. You know, we already knew that, and
even
then
though she was gonna turn herself in,
Yeah,
I don't understand.
and
So
then
stupid.
then she decides to go back and then go with the Jedi at the end. You know, it's fucking, that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I felt like it was really weird. She like,
There's too much flip flopping.
yeah, she's
Yes.
like, I'm gonna trade clothes with my twin and leave her here and shit. I don't know. It's
yeah,
like,
the logistics of that are rough.
it's like they're only doing these things because it's written, not because it's logical or it's something you expect out of these characters. But like, it's even hard to expect what the characters will be doing or saying because there's not a lot of whole development going on there. It's terrible. It's really fucking bad. They should have gotten better actresses for the twins because they're bad. They're terrible. Like they're shit.
It is rough.
It's, I say the twins, you know, but like their performances are not good. They're very
Yeah.
stone faced and cold and no emotion. Not saying you can't have characters with no emotion, but if you want someone to relate, grab on, and care about a show or a character, you need to have a strong main character with some of those like features or just attributes, which you have nothing.
I mean, like, look at, for example, if we're looking at Star Wars actors and actresses, Mace Windu is a very emotionless character through much of the prequels. Do fans generally like Mace Windu? Fuck yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But he's pretty stone cold the whole time.
Yes. I feel like it's him acting stone cold. Whether her is just, I don't even think she's acting. It's just like, I don't even know what
She
to
just
call
shows
it.
up on set and she's like, "What do you want me to say?" All right.
It's like, whoa, are you okay, Osha? You sound like there's something in your voice. Like, oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be sounding like
They
this.
just never stop filming. She just has split personality disorder, so she'll switch into OSHA's clothes and just start talking. That's pretty much what happens, actually.
And they just start pretending to be each other. We're kind of getting away from the episode, but there's they were fighting a lot.
There were a couple good things. Like we said, choreography was decent. There were a couple good lines. There was like one of the things that the Sith said was he's
I've
dealt with
embraced it or
darkness.
something.
What have you done with yours?
Oh,
to
yeah.
Soul? And I was like, damn, okay, that was a nugget. That was a nugget right there. Like
Yeah.
we finally got something a little good, like hinting at like what his Soul done in his past kind of thing, because it's
Mhm.
still a little unclear up to this point. Like he's hiding something for sure,
Yeah.
and we still need to find out. But it seems like he knows for some reason. The Sith knows about his past, and why that is, I don't know, but I think we still need to find out. So there was a few good things definitely during the fighting. I thought were cool. We also saw, like, I think as far as I know, the first time like a lightsaber throw has been done in an actual like live action show.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. It was pretty cool to actually see that done in Star Wars, because I think we've only ever seen that in games, as far as I can think of. So
What was I gonna say? Was was a weird tracker in this episode, or was that the last episode?
Yeah, the little weird
yeah,
dog man. Yeah, that Basil. Yeah, that stupid plot line.
Motherfucker's annoying. Stupid.
It makes no sense. A lot of things are just shoehorned into this. There's too much like separation from like, wow, really badass combat and dialogue to slow down the episode with May or Osha running away frantically and then be like, but wait, what if I do this? And then pivot around and then back to the action. It's just really bad with the ups and downs of keeping your attention. You've got great combat, great delivery from the Sith, and then it just slows the cadence of the episode.
It's something I was just thinking about while we're talking about it. Is it feels like this show would be something that would make more sense as like, I don't know, like a book or something where you can hear the inner thoughts of the characters, because I feel like that's the biggest problem with this show, is that we don't we don't really ever get a sense of what anyone's trying to do or like what they're thinking.
That's
Like-
because it's bad filmmaking, Ken.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. I
it
think that's
seems
a
like
really good
they-
point.
They put
Yeah.
this together as like something that would make sense in a book, and they're like, all right, let's adapt this to like a screenplay, and they didn't adapt it well because like there's so many moments where you're just like looking at characters and you're not getting enough information about like their thought process and how they're going about stuff. It's not put into actual film like so
Yeah.
that we can see and understand.
Yeah,
Like-
what's their motivation and so on. Yeah.
Like if we just understood like May's thought process when she was being all flip-floppy, if it was in a book form and we were hearing her inner thoughts through her perspective, we'd be like, oh, okay, I guess that kind of makes a little more sense. We're seeing that through the writing, but we're not in here because it's not being shown or told to us.
Yeah, you're right. It's
So-
just not being delivered. No, that's a really good point about it being better, probably as a book or something. Which that would be that's a really good point. I did not think about it like that, but you're right. There's no kind of no inner thoughts being displayed. I mean, like, I would actually genuinely believe most of these characters are just dumb as fuck and don't think, and that's maybe why it's not like, well, we can't tell the audience what they're thinking because they're not thinking. You know, I would actually
Yeah.
believe that case.
Yeah.
Me be a little harsh with it. Soul, man, I really like him a whole lot. He's like my saving grace of the show. Just gotta put that out there. He's my main man. I like me some Soul.
Agreed.
He was getting a little frantic towards the end of the episode. I kind of felt a little bad. We had the moment with the weird bug, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
where they
moths.
threw the light on his back and we're like, oh no, the bugs, they're taking me. Whoa.
Yeah,
It doesn't actually do anything. It just gets him kind of taken away for a few
Isn't that how
minutes.
the Wicked Witch of the West gets killed by her like flying monkeys? Isn't it the same energy?
her pretties.
Her pretties, my precious.
Yeah. So, from his standpoint of being like, "Hey, this is my apprentice," why do you think he was helping her or accompanying her? Like, do you think that maybe he thought she was gonna back out of it? She needed guidance. She needed an advocate. Like, why do you think that he went there?
Good question. Maybe
Why-
he thought she wasn't going to be strong enough to do it. so
Well,
he
why
wanted
did
to-
he need those Jedi specifically killed? If he like.
I don't think he cares about those. I think
I don't think he cares
about
about any of them really.
Yeah, I mean, like,
her
why do you,
journey.
I was gonna say, like, because he needed to kill the Wookiee Jedi, and he did. And, like, the whole process of, like, he wanted her to embrace her hate and anger and go kill everyone because it was just gonna, like, fucking become a bigger catalyst for her hate and anger. That way she could become more, like, and manipulate her more towards the dark side, right?
Yeah.
But
Maybe
she,
he had a sense that she was going to, like, back out. and
Yeah.
Be a bitch.
but I was like, but him killing the Wookiee doesn't do anything, though. You know, like, that's.
No.
I was like, so
The
it
only
doesn't. They don't
thing I
matter
can
to
do
him.
to justify like the plot writing for Kimir's motivations is just like all the Sith, they'll manipulate and use anyone they can to complete their objective, which
Right.
makes me think, you know, he strikes me as the apprentice, and he wants his acolyte because he's not calling her like a Sith apprentice.
Right.
So he's the one that I think was given this hit list. Kalnaka, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. That's
What
my
makes-
assumption.
What makes you think that, though?
Because why else would he have done it himself?
I don't
Or
know.
with
I
Kalnaka?
don't know. That's why I was asking you guys for. But like, it makes me think that like
That also
everything that we've seen in the show so far, he's been the one in charge, telling her like where to get. Like you saw at the very beginning, like he's the like dark hooded figure and stuff like that. But, it just seems like the only person who has any connection is May and Osha to them. But I don't know. I just don't understand. Just trying to grasp here for straws and shit.
And I think that's us doing our best to understand this poorly written show.
Yeah.
Because maybe they didn't tie up all these things. Maybe they can't be connected. It's just a lot of assumption.
Yeah. I feel like it just needed to give us a little more information because I feel like it's referencing things that have never been in a show or like mainline Star Wars stuff. because I know that there are some comic book stuff with like Darth Vader, having to kill someone without any weapons, similar to this, to like there was like a comic book line. I saw this in someone else's commentary that like there's a comic line with Darth Vader, like fully converting over to the dark side, like by killing a previous Jedi that wasn't already purged without a weapon or something, and that was like the final step or something along those lines. And this is kind of similar to that, but it doesn't tell us anything about that.
Yeah.
So it's just like a random hit list, which is just like, okay, so she's got to kill these guys, one of these guys without a weapon, but we still don't understand why. It's like it's purposely not telling us a lot of information, probably to do reveal later or something, but like because it's giving us so little information, we're not invested in anything.
Yeah.
Because it's just like purposely holding back a bunch of information so that it can reveal shit over time, but it's not even drip feeding us enough to be engaged. So it's just, yeah, not enough.
Yeah, it feels like just more of a husk of a show that like is not very deep. It's very like you get your toes wet a little bit, but then sometimes it's like you said, like this is actually a comic book like reference to Darth Vader, and it's like, whoa, like I had no idea about that. I'm like, I get why Kamir wants her to go and kill those Jedi, like 100%. Like I get that, like to just complete the process. Like that makes all that's one of the things that actually makes sense to me.
Yeah, seriously.
But fucking let's fucking drop a number. We didn't almost talk about the show for this episode for 20 minutes. Does not deserve it. Fucking 6. That's not, no, just 1/6, not 666.
Yeah, I'll probably, shit, I don't remember what I gave the last one, but I'll probably
That's
give this
the
one.
thing. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to give this one more praise than the last one, but
I mean, it is better than the last one.
It
I
is.
think. So I think I would go with a 7, just because the combat and there's some good moments in this. Some of it was ridiculous, and the flip floppy definitely brings it down. But I think 7 is pretty decent for this one.
I'm gonna split the difference on this one and go 6.5.
Okay.
The combat is a highlight of it, but as far as like plot, cadence, and just motivations for both May and Osha, seeing the two of them, their parallels, just stupid decisions left and right, it got boring. It got very boring real quick.
I agree. It is, just that was like, I was very excited because the beginning of the episode was quite good, and just they didn't know where to go with it. But yeah, so we're gonna give it a solid 6.5 there from the Foundry. If you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave a like, drop your comments down below what you thought about the episode, and or our thoughts down below in the comments for us. We'll see you guys later on the next Acolyte review. But until then, bye everybody.
Peace.